Just going to make a little adjustment here just to make sure that all rows are fully loaded on the train, and there we go, and just tick that box and make sure that it's there. And oh dear, whoa, you're going, get off the track, there's a train coming in. Oh my god, they're going to get splattered. No, this is a claim right here. Guests are going to be seriously injured. Here comes the train. Oh my word, thank you for that. We didn't see the blood and the guts because luckily the Planet Coaster sign came up. However, there was some injuries there in Lockdown Land. Not the first and not the last claim lawsuit we're going to have. Yes, today is episode 20. It's our Planet Coaster 2 wish list. I would say there's a few gripes here that are to do with GeForce Now, and a few gripes here that are to do with Planet Coaster, the actual game itself. Now, this is not a, I'm not going to slagging the game off here because it's one of the best games ever made. Certainly the best simulation game ever made. Certainly, without a shadow of a doubt, the best theme park simulation game ever made. I mean, I would even put this above SimCity, and I'm not talking about like that naff SimCity 4 that came out. I'm talking about like the classics like SimCity 1, SimCity 2, which now show their age massively, but are still fantastic games. So what's the first problem? The first problem is crowd control. Well, look at this. We've got crowds all kind of accumulating in one place. The way the AI works and the way people are spread out, it takes a long time for people to get to any one particular part of the park. So we go to the back of the park here, and this is a work in progress. It's going to be a huge built-in pyramid. Oh, to be fair, actually, there's quite a few people at that ride now. That's probably the fullest I've ever seen this ride. We've got about 14,000 guests in the park at the moment. Another thing I'd like to see, one-way systems. So I've just paused the game now because it's lagging like crazy with all these people in the park. And as you can see, I'd love to have a one-way system going around here just to direct traffic a little bit better. One-way systems, no entry routes, that kind of thing would be amazing to see as well. And another little thing, geoforming. It's amazingly easy to make holes in the ground and things like this with this game. But you do have this little glitch here. Every now and then, this happens. Where you see here, it's got this ledge that just will not go away. I've built the station, I've terraformed around it to make this pit, but there's little bits of it that won't go away. Whee, off they go. Yes, that's water dummies. Next week I'll be showing you this area, this ride, it'll be finished. Look at the catch car coming back, love the detail. The only way I can undo this is to destroy the station. Walls. Now, walls are not walls in this game if you are a tree. Magic trees that can go through walls. Yes, I'd like to see that. Simple, easy, must be easy to fix that. Building coasters takes a while because you've got to get it right if you want to build your own design. However, like on this one here, for example, let's have a look at the heat maps on there. It would be nice to have some sort of real-time heat map. So if you were putting in an inversion or a transition, it would be great if the game actually just said, hey, by the way, that's going to pull about 6 Gs there. You don't want to do that. That'll kill people or make it very uncomfortable. The amount of times I restarted this coaster just because the G-forces were all over the place. Now, as you can see, there's some purple spots on there. I don't think this purple and white is the best colour scheme to be doing this either. Surely you want like red. But look, check this bit out here. You go positive 5 Gs and then negative 6. That's not going to be very comfortable for people, but they're still riding it, so can't be that bad, eh? Yeah, the heat maps, I think when you look at stuff for like excitement, are a lot more easy to see because they're a lot more simple because they're green and they're red. But a real-time kind of thing when you're building the coaster, just to say this inversion is a bad idea, do not do it, would be really nice to see, I think. But there you go, there's the example that I'm looking at. This is the excitement one, so as you can see the red is not exciting at all, the green, it is quite a lot of green on there. Okay, let's have a look at the sci-fi world and let's go to this massive box of a roller coaster and let's talk about Light to Bleed. And in theory, everything in that box should be pitch black, okay? In theory, everything in that box should be pitch black. Let's just go to night mode here. Let's just put it to 10 o'clock at night. And as we can see, we've got some really nice illumination effects there. This area in particular, because of all the neon, looks really good. Let's just embody this woman for a moment and just have a quick route round. As you can see, it all looks great. It's all running fine, actually, to be fair. We've got some nice lighting effects there. Got all these screens. I love the screens. It would be nicer to have some more branded videos instead of just the ones that come from the workshop. But well done to those people who have done those videos from the workshop. They are amazing. And let's go inside this ride and just have a quick look inside what it's like. In the nighttime mode, this looks fantastic, no doubt about it. Okay, it's dark. There's separation of colours and lights. You can see the star field in here. Looks fantastic, doesn't it? Okay, the station. Let's have a look at the station. Brilliant station. This is a Gerschlauer Infinity Coaster clone, obviously. It's basically looks like the Smiler on the towers, doesn't it? And the cars come in. You're able to do nice effects. So when this car comes in, watch the lights come on in the station. There you go. There's some nice noises to go with it as well. Brilliant. And then those lights go off. It is atmospheric. It is eerie. It's spot on, isn't it? Absolutely spot on. Okay. Let's have a go on the ride. So it's not amazingly pitch black dark, but it's dark enough for what you want on a ride. The star field, which is all on the outside, it's basically the panels. I've panelled it. The screen looks good. You can't really see the track very well. You can't see the other cars very well. It works pretty good. Okay, it's just right. However, and here's the big however, and this is something they really could do with fixing, like the number one thing that they could do with fixing. It does not do the same during the day. So if we put this over to daytime mode, you'll see the difference. GeForce Now, if you don't know what that is, it's an online streaming service. So running a PC or building a PC that'll run this game with 14,000 guests and 200 rides will cost you a fair penny. GeForce Now, on the other hand, is a streaming service. So we're on the RTX 2070 machines. I don't know what the specs are on these machines, but it's giving me 7 frames a second at the moment. You can see in the top right there, the actual stream from NVIDIA is coming in there at about 60 frames a second. So the actual stream from NVIDIA is doing really well. And even on BT's appalling network, we're getting there some really good, there's very little packet loss, very little frame drop, which is great, but the game itself's running like a bag of spanners. And, it is a very intense game. There's a lot going on. It's a simulation at the end of the day. Maybe they could look at doing something like, isolating parts of the park at certain times of the day. That would be really good. Anyway, into the light, and there you go. That is that station with the lights, with the daytime turned on. And here's the ride. And as you can see, the light bleed completely destroys the ambiance of the ride. You can see everything. You can see the track. You can see the screens. You can't really see the star screen, which is on all the corners of the ride. It's just a little bit naff, isn't it? So there's a problem, but it's not like it's a bit of a first world problem, isn't it? It's not like a killer here, because you can just turn the lights off when you want to ride the rides. One other thing I'll just say about my connection is that we're actually on fibre to the premises broadband, so we should be getting about 9 meg down. For some reason, it's not actually getting that. It's actually only saying we've got a very small amount of broadband. Well, we haven't. We've got about 900 meg available. Now, here we go. Here's another example. I've turned the lights off again. As you can see, this station is so much better with the lights out when it's actually how it should be internally. You're supposed to be in a tomb here. Look at when the lights come in. When the train arrives, and you'll see them all turn on. And these are some of the effects you can do. I mean, you've got the fire torches there, which is great. All the guests this time are actually behind the barriers. Another thing as well, there should be kind of like a cancel all for the notifications, because you get a lot of notifications. So when you go onto the settings for notifications, you have to kind of turn them all off individually. There should be like a mute button for your notifications. That would be really cool if you could just kind of turn them all off for a certain amount of time. Or maybe just have some sort of build mode where it stops all the background stuff that the game doesn't need to do and lets you focus on building. As you can see, look, the lights are triggering here individually, bringing up the station lighting, and then obviously when the train leaves again, we'll do the same. They'll all go back off again and go back into darkness, which is quite nice. Let's have a quick look around the park in the dark. The park in the dark. The lighting is not something I've focused on, if I'm honest. It's something I really do need to do. But at the moment, there are a few areas which are well lit. This kind of entry here to the SciFi zone. What would we like to see? A few other wish list things. More surface textures would be awesome. There's only a certain number you can pick. I don't know why. You should be able to set up real ride costs. I mean, the last coaster I built cost £30,000. It should cost a lot more. It should cost millions, shouldn't it? Riders per hour would be awesome if you could actually see, well, you know, this ride is doing so many people, here's the theoretical limit, all that geeky stuff. Shows, actors, managing actors and shows and things would be great. And in the same vein as that, like walk-through attractions would be fantastic, like scare mazes and stuff like that. Individual ride promotions. They used to have this on Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 where you could promote a certain ride. Would be great to see those again. Park capacity controls. Well, let's say, you know, this park has a limit of 14,000 people and then everyone has to queue outside. Would be great. And then you could go into really geeky stuff, like you could have parking management, you could like have entry and exit management for the mornings and stuff. You could have like a train station bringing people to your park as well. That'd be quite cool. All those little extra things that just add that can't be hard to do, add that extra little bit to the game. Look, and I've got a spotty connection, even though actually there's nothing wrong with my connection. I'm getting 60 frames a second. Why? Anyway, having said that, this is a really nice bit inside the volcano. I mean, just look at the detail you can achieve with this game and the ambience you can achieve. It is an amazing game. There's absolutely nothing else like this out there that has got so much detail that can swallow so much of your precious time up. They have done a fantastic job with this game. The DLCs were fantastic as well. This park is huge. There's hundreds of rides. There's 14,000 guests, and it is still running great. And that is, you know, that is a testament there to Nvidia and GeForce Now. It's just, it is playable. It is playable. It's perfectly playable. Okay, but it could be better. Anyway, thanks for popping in to see Planet Coaster, and next week we will be back in Cottonby, Minecraft City. Yes, more building. We might have a look at the door next week, one of the riddle diddle diddle doors. I don't know yet. And also there will be some fantastic 3D printing updates. And if I get a chance this week, I'll also build something out of Duplo, but I don't know what yet. I haven't really been inspired by the Duplo for a while, since did the petrol station and the Mackie D's. Thanks ever so much. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe and also hit that bell. I'm doing some shorts as well, so if you haven't seen the shorts, check out the shorts. And again, thanks for coming by. Hit the button, have a like, and if you got anything you'd like to comment on, you're more than welcome to comment. Thank you very much, and take care. See you soon.